podcast, 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 Will It Be Podcast, Will It Be Podcast, Will It Be Podcast, Will It Be Podcast, yeah! Yo, this is your boy Willie P from the Willie P Podcast, talking all things art, all things music. Hope you enjoy. Here we go. It's working. So, welcome to the Willie P Podcast.
Thanks for having me.
I just want to let you know that is the nicest mic we've ever had on the podcast.
Thank you.
Good job.
Not to flex, but this is first time on a podcast. Had to whip out the 7B.
It's fresh, man. It's fresh.
Thanks for having me on, man. I'm excited.
No worries, man. Tell us a little about yourself. What you do and what you're working on, and yeah.
Well, I'm a drug pusher by day and a professional sleeper by night. No, about me. Well, okay, so I like to write and record music. That's my thing.
Woo.
Did all the production stuff at uni, blah blah blah, and now we're just hanging out whilst the world crumbles around us. So
I know, right? Oh, yeah.
Again, not to bring that up during the podcast. But...
Well, I do have a few COVID questions actually.
Shit.
I was get ready. There's a few controversial questions on here actually. Just get ready for
it. If there's one by Luke in there, I'm going to have a stern word with him.
Oh well, I'm gonna. I'll ask one controversial question because it's kind of funny. But who's your favorite Jimmy?
My favorite Jimmy?
Yeah, like Jimi Hendrix or Jimmy Page. They're the only two good ones, I think. There's probably more.
Okay.
Oh,
Hendrix or Page?
Yeah. I was gonna say Page, but that's just because I like Led Zeppelin a bit more.
You like the Zepp? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
but
mean,
it's tough, man, because they're both like hella good.
I mean, I don't that. Yeah, that's tough because Jimmy's got the whole like 27 Club thing going on, so he's got that to his advantage. Well, not really his advantage, but
it kind of.
Look, I'd probably have to go Hendrix. That's just,
yeah.
I think personally, I discovered him first and, went through the whole Hendrix phase and all that. I got a couple of his records. I've only got one Zepp record there, actually. So, and I've got
which guitar
Jimmy
would you rather
ones,
get?
So Jimmy Woods.
Oh, how many Hendrix
Strat.
ones? Oh, you prefer the Strat over the, yeah.
Oh, see, no. So I'm thinking Strat or Les Paul. Well, it's hard. Well, okay. So story time. So I've got a Telecaster, right? Because I went for the Tele over the Strat. There's just something about it. But then if I was to go Strat or Les, I'd probably go for a Les Paul. Just because like I don't have that sound. With what I've got at the moment, yeah. But I mean, like a Strat's a Strat. You can never go wrong with a Strat.
Nice. Yeah. Well, is there any new?
What about you? Would you Les or
Les? Les Paul, I reckon.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a hardcore bitch, but
you're a hard rocker at heart.
Exactly.
And everyone knows it.
Yeah, it's true.
Everyone knows you love to rock Kashmir.
Oh yes, all day. Just gag dad tune. Is it dad gad tuning all day long?
Dad gad.
Is it dad? Dad gad. I don't know. One of those.
Dad gad.
Dad gad. Oh yes.
Yeah.
I got some questions for you, man. I wrote down 20 questions, man. Let's get ready.
20?
20?
Oh my god!
What a coincidence!
Hit me.
So how did you get into music producing? Because I know you've been playing in like bands and doing musical things for a while, but like more like the recording side of things.
Yeah, well, it kind of like when I was, must have been I want to say I was like 15, maybe 14, like teetering on 15. But I used to listen to like a lot of house music and I guess sort of what was in the charts as well. So, you know, like Avicii and all that, and Martin Garrix and all those hot boys. So I was like, I especially loved Avicii. So then I sort of started thinking to myself, oh, I want to make some of that music. So then I got the first door I got was like this. I think it was by Cakewalk or something. I can't remember what it was.
Oh.
It was terrible. Used it for like 20 minutes. I was like, look, I probably didn't give it a chance, but anyway. But then like I think it was my 15th birthday. I was like, oh, can I get FL Studio? So I got that. Nice. And then and then from there I was like making all my house beats and stuff.
I remember you made a remix, didn't you? Did you make a remix?
Yeah. I remixed a Katy Perry song.
Oh shit.
I was also in love with Katy Perry.
Because I think you brought that into music class, I'm pretty sure.
I did.
I
think I did.
No, we all thought you were the shit. I was like, oh, fuck, someone's fucking remixed song.
Oh, he remixed unconditionally. Oh.
Yeah. No, that's.
But yeah, so that's how I got into. Well, that's like the producing stuff, and then I think that remix was the first one where like I think I recorded like something live because I put like this like shitty little acoustic guitar line in like the bridge or whatever.
Nice.
The recording was terrible, but I guess that was to be expected from someone who'd never done it before.
That's tough.
But yeah, so that was my first little dip into recording, and then I think and then you know what? I think it must have been year 10 or something when we recorded Surf Song.
Oh,
you know that one?
Yeah. Was that the jazz thing?
Remember?
No, that was later.
No. Oh no, that was year 11. No. So this was with you, me, Jamie, and Ferg. It was that song I wrote.
Oh yeah.
That we're gonna try and get into Triple J.
Yeah.
Like that night.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh,
they were the days.
So, oh man. So yeah, there was that, and then I think the thing that really made me get into it was when two things, I guess. There was three things. So there was the house stuff when I was 14, 15, whatever. There was like that recording and whatever. Four thing. There was like as I discovered the Beatles and then got into all that, obviously George Martin, and then it was like,
one of my questions is literally like, what's the deal with the Beatles? So be ready for that one. You can answer that later. But
what's the deal with the Beatles? Yeah. And then so Beatles, and then I think the last one for me that sort of like solidified it was when Ferg and I recorded Daisy Chain. Like when we were doing the Venus is the Boy thing.
Yeah. Is that still on Spotify? Because I'll link it in the description.
Yeah. It's still up there.
All right, I'll link it. I'll link it.
Still going strong.
Yeah. Nice.
I was like the most ghetto recording I've ever done. Because I mean, like all I had was like I think it's in the drawer here.
Oh yeah. Bring it out.
Oh no, it's not. Okay, don't worry. So I had like, you know, like the shitty versions of the SM58s. They're like PG 58s.
Oh yeah.
They're like $50. So they're so had one of those, and I had the 57, and like that's what we recorded everything with.
Oh, not
so, like,
everything.
The kit was with 2 mics. Yeah, you know what? I found a picture of the setup last night. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll whip it out.
Yeah, do it.
So, let's play some intermission music.
Yeah.
So,
take 5.
So that picks a Ferg. You can see the 58 up the top there.
Oh, whoa! So you just got that as an
down
overhead. Yeah.
that was so we had one overhead, and then
Yeah.
we had the 57 on the kick,
Nice.
and then
Oh,
yeah, so that was
that's
that was
professional as
daisy
hell.
chain, bro. We had and then we were using like 57 on like vocals and tambourine, and
Oh shit.
it was
Sick.
good.
Yeah, that's
There was
cool.
like a
That's
certain
cool.
sound to it. I think we did all right.
Yeah. And-
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's how I got into production and things.
No, that's sick. That's sick. And then when did you what was like your next thing? Because you went to uni obviously after that, and then like did you guys? Oh yeah, I think you recorded my drum thing at uni. But like, were you guys recording any like bands or anything like that, or was it mostly like live sound stuff
Yeah.
at uni?
No, so it was a bit of everything. So like
Yeah.
the first year, probably like the first half of the year, a lot of it was theoretical stuff. But then both years at uni, we had like a major recording project. So the first year, I was lucky enough, like me and my group were lucky enough to record a band called Blue Shavu, which were this like neo soul jazz outfit
That's
from,
sick.
well, a couple of them were from like VCA and things like that.
Yeah.
So they were incredible musicians. So it sort of made our job both easier because they could play really well, but also a lot harder because we're like, oh, we better not fuck this up.
Yeah.
So we did those, and then the next year we had another like neo soul outfit from Footscray called Pom 210. And they
I'll
we
link them.
did-
Are they all on like
think we did
Spotify and YouTube and stuff?
Yeah. I'll get the
yes.
links to you.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, they're all super cool.
Yeah. fuck yeah.
So Pom 210's latest EP was, I think, a good like 90% of it was recorded at RMIT.
Oh
It got
shit.
some stuff got like a lot of stuff got like redone, but like the core stuff was all done
Yeah.
last year, which was a lot of fun.
Shit, congratulations.
Yeah.
Shit.
Cheers, man. But yeah, no.
that's
So
mad.
I was very fortunate to have like really good bands both years that were all super tight and making really cool music.
Yeah.
Which just made it so fun to work on.
Because I remember when I did my drum recording there, and I wrote like an original, and it was out of time. And then
It was called like Punk Thing or something, wasn't
yeah,
it?
it was literally just like punk thing. I just like wrote a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a classic. But that was a very fun experience actually. You guys have like very cool gear. That was a good
Yeah.
time.
Oh, I'm missing it, man.
It was
I missed all that gear.
Yeah.
Big
oh,
old Neve console and
yeah. Well, because I was gonna say, what's your favorite mic technique?
mic for
Yeah.
like drums or
Well, if you were like had to pick one mic technique that you kind of had to use for overall like everything, like if they were like you can only use this for everything, what would it be? It'd be tough. That's tough.
Okay. Well, I think I would have to say like it's not a specific technique, but I'd always want to have at least 2 microphones.
Yeah.
That way you can do so much more. At least you've got stereo at least. But for instance, like
Yeah.
I like to mic up guitar cabs with 2 mics. Like that's a pretty standard thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like have 2 mics for that. Still only use 1 mic for vocals, but like I think the biggest thing is like being able to get like a good like core drum sound. And I think while you can get pretty good results in mono, I think just adding that extra mic like down at the kick, it just helps
Yeah.
much more.
Yeah.
But I'd have to say, yeah, so it's not a specific technique, but like 2 mics.
2 mics.
2
Yeah.
mics. Not that
Yeah.
not that. 2 mics.
Yeah. Oh shit. And also you got your own music out, man. Tell us about that.
So yeah, it's the thing's called the English Channel.
Yeah,
And
link in description. Link in description.
yeah, so I've got one song out at the moment which I released, I think it was in April. I did called Closet Door. So that's like my little sad girl project.
Yeah. Sick.
Which I've got some more stuff on the way. So
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell
that'll
yeah.
be cool. I've got the drum kit. Oh, you can't really see it, but
Yeah.
there's mics on the drum kit back there. So
Oh.
getting ready to record some stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got the acoustics and stuff. That's sick. Like,
The acoustic.
well, the
yeah, the
acoustic wall
yeah,
thing.
the
Yeah, yeah.
drums, yeah.
yeah. Was that hard to
Yeah.
set up? Like, how did you do all that stuff?
Well, so I made all those panels. So I bought this specific rock wool installation from Bunnings and like got all the timber and stuff.
Yeah.
And got the fabric elsewhere. So just made the frames, put all the installation in, and like
That's rock and roll.
Got some more to make. I'm gonna put some up on the ceiling as well and do some bass traps. And
Yeah.
things like that.
Fuck yeah, dude. Shit.
It's funny, like, so I've only got 4 panels up in here, but it already makes like a huge difference.
Yeah,
you can-
yeah.
If you stand like between these, like, okay, say you stand between those two,
Yeah.
and like you clap, there's still echo in the room because obviously it's not all treated, but like
Yeah.
those first reflections are just like gone. But then
That's
if I
awesome.
take like half a step forward in between the panels, then it's like pinging around. And
Oh, really? Damn, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Do you reckon you'll
Yeah.
do the rest of your room or just kind of leave it like?
Oh
like
no,
that,
yeah,
like-
I'm planning on. I've just been really lazy this lockdown. I was
Yeah,
like
fair,
meaning
fair.
to make more, but you haven't
Yeah.
done it. I've got a spare one in front of me here, but I think the first order of business is to make some bass traps, which will be
Yeah.
like double thickness of those, and then like up in the corners, and yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, sick. Oh, nice, nice. Well, because I was gonna ask. I mean, I know you're making originals and stuff. Like, is there any other apart from like I guess the sound you've got now, like any other avenues you want to like? You'd be like, oh, maybe after this I'll make I don't know, a rap album. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A SoundCloud record.
Can you imagine me as a rapper? Oh my
Yeah.
god. Like some lo-fi beats.
Tommy T.
Nah, Tommy T. I'll take that.
Yeah.
No, I can't compete with Timmy T
Yeah. Oh shit. True. Jimmy. Yeah. Shout out to Timmy T.
or Timmy Chalamet. Love
Yeah. Oh, I'll link it.
Yeah. Just yeah, you have to watch the video. It's funny. Other avenues. Well, yeah, like I've always thought about doing some other things as well. Like I go through a lot of different waves of what I'm interested in. So like
Yeah.
I'll go like be like, I just want to be a blues rocker in a
Yeah.
pub when I'm 40, or like
Yeah.
you know, or be a jazz guy or whatever. But I'd say I've got a track I'm working on at the moment, which is not like a complete departure from the English channel. Like
Yeah.
it's still going to be the English channel, but it's a lot more boppy than
Yeah.
than the previous track. So that's been
Yeah.
a lot of fun to do. Like a lot more synths and things.
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
there.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I think I'd still be in that, like, I don't know if you'd call it alt rock, or I don't know. I'd sort of still be in that vein of like Julian Baker or Phoebe Bridges or things like
Yeah,
that. Like that sort
yeah.
of area. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I'm more comfortable in.
No, that's dope. That's dope. Well, one of my questions, you're not going to like this because it's going to be very controversial, but is it Julian
shit.
Baker or Phoebe Bridges? Which one?
Oh, don't make
Come
me,
on,
dude.
God.
All right. I mean, I love them both.
Yeah. You've always got
that's
one
tough
favorite
because-
child.
Oh, it's like the guitars. It's like I know they're all great, but there's always one. that I'm like, no. Oh, that's hard. Okay, so I always have an affinity for Julian Baker because that's like, of the sad girls, that's who I first found.
Yeah.
And then, like, she pretty much instantly
Yeah.
became like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But then lately I've sort of been vibing with Phoebe more, but I think that's just because she released a new album this year.
Yeah.
So
Mm, mm.
I think I'm a bit biased. But I mean, they've done collaborative stuff together anyway. So
Yeah.
I get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, dude. Because who would you say is a better, like, I was gonna say, like, who's your favorite, like, I guess what most well produced album? Like, it doesn't have to be like your favorite album, but like, would you say that like was like, damn, like I'm not a huge fan of that music, or maybe you are, but like you like that production is like really good. You don't have to say just Phoebe or the other one, like anyone. Could be any band.
Oh, so who's had like really great production?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, actually, coincidentally, Phoebe's latest album, Punisher's production's really great on it.
Okay.
And actually, Julian Baker's first album, Sprayed Ankle, it's like that was just like recorded for like a lot of the tracks, like for a uni project for her friend who was doing a recording thing.
No shit. Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of the albums like acoustic based, like her and acoustic or her and her electric with all their pedals and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's like a really good sound to that album. Like it's produced so well. Her voice sounds amazing. But then like in branching out to like other albums, like one of my favorite productions still is In Rainbows by Radiohead.
Yes,
like,
dude.
that whole album, man, it just sounds fucking incredible.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I mean, like you listen to like House of Cards or Nude or something like that, and it just sounds perfect.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've been really digging like Tame Impala lately. I'm never really a Tame Impala person, but like it's like, man, the production's so good.
Yeah, and it's
it,
pretty
like,
incredible.
slaps.
He does like all of it himself as well.
Really? Oh shit.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure all of it. So I don't know if he does the mixing, but I'm pretty sure he does all the recording. Stuff like that, at least from what I know.
That's mad.
But I mean, to be fair, I've only listened to Currents. Like I haven't heard the other albums.
Yeah. No, I've only listened to is the purple one with like the ball on it, and it's like
that's Currents.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. It's a good album.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't listen to Tame Impala for like 2 years after doing VC music.
Oh, I know.
Just like destroyed me.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Oh man,
that was such a goof.
Yeah, I can still listen to the Smiths though, so that's all right. And Beatles, obviously.
True. Well, I was gonna say, like, when did you do you think you kind of branched out the most as far as like especially like the indie rock stuff? Because I remember, I mean, earlier on, you listen to lots of Green Day, and I remember we all went through that A Day to Remember phase. I still love Day to Remember.
Year 9.
No shame. So good.
Yeah, so do I, dude. I listen to Homesick every now and then. It's great.
Yeah.
I love Homesick. Awesome. Or like some Sleeping with Sirens.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Good times.
Blink,
like, when did you learn or like, I guess, like find a lot of that different like Radiohead and all that indie stuff, and like who taught you? And I don't know.
Well, like a lot of that I have like Jamie and Ferguson all that to thank for that.
Yeah,
they
same.
Introduced me.
Yeah. Same.
So it was more like when we were all becoming like closer friends, like in year 9 and like towards the end of year 9 and stuff. Like that's when they started introducing me to a lot of that music. Things like so like Radiohead, they definitely helped with the Beatles as well. They got me into them. Who else? Like Sufjan Stevens, and and the Smiths, and like pretty much a lot of the stuff that I listen to now, and probably were influenced by them, or at least they started me off down that path, and I found some of those other bands, and
Yeah, 100%. I remember a big one for me was like Arcade Fire. I remember, I think Fergus showed me The Suburbs, and I'm pretty sure I'd seen Juno by that stage too. Not that Arcade Fire's in Juno, but I don't know, like I really got like those kind of like vibes from it.
It suits the vibes, yeah.
And, like, just like blew my mind. So good.
I think Radiohead it took me a while to get into Radiohead, to be honest, because I remember being afraid to listen to like OK Computer or Kid A, whatever, because I'd been told by Jamie and this other guy, Jacob, who was in my homeroom, like they're pretty out there albums or whatever, which honestly, like OK Computer is not that out there. I'd say Kid A is out there.
Yeah.
But I remember sort of like avoiding those for a while, so I sort of just stuck to the Bends, and like that was it. Oh, and In Rainbows, because someone got me In Rainbows. I think it might have been Jamie as well, actually.
Yeah.
Bought me a copy of In Rainbows, and I like fell in love with that album. And then I got into Kid A and all the beat boops and stuff. So
yeah. What would you say, like, if someone like didn't get into radio or like didn't know about Radiohead? This is for Luke Pender because he's not into Radiohead yet.
I've been working on him for like 3 years.
I
and he
just doesn't want to do it.
Bullshit. I see you, dude.
Yeah. What would you say would be like someone's like first introduction to Radiohead? Like, what would be the best one, best album, or just song, or like anything?
Oh, dude, I'd still go In Rainbows every time. I think
Really?
it's like
Yeah.
it's like the best balance between like accessibility, like, and great songs. It's not like throwing King of Limbs at them and being like, "This is Radiohead, guys."
Yeah.
It's like that comes later.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd probably give them that, or maybe the Bends. But I
Yeah.
honestly, I go In Rainbows every time. I think I think as an album, it just works so well, song to song. Yeah, I think that's what I'd say.
That's a good answer. That's a good
What
answer.
about you?
Oh, because I was gonna say like, just like what's that? Is the first one Pablo Honey with like Just and
No. That's
Is that
So the Bends has Just and Fake Plastic
the
Trees.
band? Yeah,
and Hydra.
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. The first album has I think Anyone Can Play Guitar and Creep. So
Shit. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. True. Just listen to Creep a bunch of times.
just
and
listen
then,
to Creep. That's
yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
Radiohead, dude.
Yeah. It's all you need to
That's
know
all you
about their
need.
sound.
That's like the pinnacle of songwriting for Tom York.
Yeah. Everyone knows that every Radiohead song is the same.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just Tom York crying in falsetto.
Exactly.
Or Johnny York's going,
And then they just add some weird electronic noises from time to time.
Well, actually, going back to the other question about production, I think A Moon-Shaped Pool also had really good production.
Yeah.
It's like it's a very soft sounding album. I think they did it to tape, but not that made it sound soft. But there's something about it that production is really good on that.
Yeah, I was gonna say something like, that's probably one of my favorite. It's controversial. Probably one of my favorite Radiohead albums, actually. That and Kid A I really love, and whatever the one with Pyramid Song on it is, I really like that too. I don't know. I can't pick one, but
Amnesiac, man.
Yeah, that one.
It's a good album. I haven't listened to it in a while.
I love that Pyramid Song.
so-
Like, oh
man, it's so good. Yeah, it's funny because like I've been like over the years collecting like the Radiohead records as well, and like the last one I need to get is Pablo Honey, and like I just can't bring myself to do it yet. I'm like,
shit.
it's gonna cost me like $30, and I'm like, I'm not gonna like it, but then I need to finish the collection.
Yeah. Because what's your next record that you really want to get? Like,
Ooh, yeah. So I reckon it would be Punisher by Phoebe Bridgers. I talk about her so much, but she's probably like my favorite artist of like the last year or so.
Yeah.
Like releasing music. Probably that album, or I'd like to get the new mixes of Abbey Road that they did by the Beatles. Because those mixes sound awesome.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, I think either of those two, I'd be pretty chuffed.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, it's a buy.
Because what's the deal with the Beatles, man?
What's the deal with the Beatles?
How did you get into them, and what was like your start to finish? I don't know. Like, what was like the intro, and then like when you've pretty much listened to most of their discography, like how did that all?
Yeah. So again, I have Jamie and Fergus to thank for that.
I'll have to have them on the podcast actually, because
you
one
should.
too.
You can tell them that I've just been talking about this whole time.
Yeah.
Giving me
Pressure's on
Beatles.
them.
Pressure's on them, exactly.
Yeah.
So I can't remember what album or whatever they got me into, but I think the first Beatles album like I really loved was Rubber Soul, which is still like up there for me.
Yeah.
Just like again as a whole album, song to song, it's really solid.
Yeah.
Has some great songs on there too.
Mm-hmm.
So like started off with that, and then again like it was that whole thing of not dipping into like their more experimental stuff at first. Like I was sort of sticking to like Rubber Soul or some of the earlier ones.
Yeah.
Like little bit of like the first album, or like Hard Day's Night and Help and all that kind of stuff. And then I listened to Sgt. Pepper all the way through. I remember when I
Shit.
listened to that for the first time, it was like in the car, I was going somewhere, and it was like start to finish. I was like,
I'm gonna do it. Yeah,
what was that about?
nice,
Yeah,
nice. Shit.
yeah. And then from there, it just took off, and now they're like, I've used my bedroom's just covered in
With the
Beatles paraphernalia.
Oh, that's mad. That's mad. Because
I mean,
man, I gotta
I
get
don't think
into
I've
it,
got
man.
anything Beatles in here except for records.
Oh,
I'm a poser, dude.
that's all right. You're excused.
Oh, I've got a John Lennon poster up there.
Oh,
So
okay, that's all right. That's all right. That's all
I'm
right.
forgiven. That's
Who's your
all right.
favorite Beatle?
Oh, don't. I mean, for a while, I would like 100% just be like, oh, it was George,
yeah,
hands down.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I like them all, man. I like
Yeah.
them all for different reasons and different
yeah.
songs.
True. I got a few more questions for you.
Yeah.
Oh, what's your favorite microphone? If you had to have any dream microphone, you'd be like, what would it be?
Look,
Or just
it
piece
would-
of gear in general, as far as like recording goes.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's widen it up a little bit. Make
Like,
it a little
let's-
more
all right.
difficult.
Look, I'll do the microphone first.
Okay.
So I reckon it would have to be like a Neumann U87 or an 67 or something like that, because
Mm.
you put those, like, as long as what you're recording is half decent, it's gonna sound
Yeah.
yeah. So cool. I mean, like, this was already one of my dream pieces of gear, so I'm very happy to have this.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, and then just like general studio gear. I mean, I think everyone would love to have a console. Let's be real.
We-
I think for me, I'd love to just have like a nice outboard compressor and maybe an outboard EQ, and I'd
Yeah.
be pretty set. like- Yeah.
No, hell yeah.
What about you?
Well, because I really want a pair of like a pair of C414s with like, because they got like the cool polar pattern settings and shit on
Yeah.
them, and then like you can kind of like use them for like a bunch of stuff. Like I use them for like drum
Yeah.
heads and then like guitars and like I don't know.
They sound
this is- yeah.
awesome on
Yeah.
guitar cabs.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, because this is a C214,
214, isn't it?
and
Yeah.
yeah, and they're really cool. It doesn't have like the polar pattern thing on it, which is kind of like whack, but like still pretty cool. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
No, man, the
414s.
414s would be like a really good investment.
Yeah.
Like, they're pretty standard to use as overheads as well, which is
Yeah,
what you want.
100%. Awesome, like Sennheiser, is it 2142? Sennheiser 421s. They sound really good. on
Oh, that's
drums.
yeah.
yeah. I'll fuck with
Yeah,
that.
they
They're really
sound good on cabs as well too.
Yeah.
So
'cause
like,
it-
you
yeah.
put one of those with like a 414.
Mm.
and-
Yeah, 100%. I think we've answered a lot of the ones in the list, but I'll find some. Oh yeah, dream guitar. I don't know if we talked about that already, but what would dream
Oh.
guitar be?
Okay. Well, I've kind of already got it. I'll
Ooh.
grab it.
Yeah.
So this is my baby. So this is my tally.
Oh
US
yeah. Hello.
USA. Hello there. This thing. Oh, that
Oh,
was a dream come.
damn.
Yeah.
That's
I think,
sick.
yeah.
That's a sexy. That's a sexy guitar. So that'd be like your number one. Like, this is the one.
Oh, that's what I grab every time. I feel
Yeah.
bad for neglecting my jazz master, but
Mm.
I mean, come on.
Oh,
Like
man.
that. I'd love to have like a nice 335, like a Gibson
Mm.
335. Hot
Yeah.
solo would be nice.
I remember our guitar
Um,
teacher had one of those. I'm pretty sure.
Shane.
Oh yeah,
love you.
that's very cool. Shout out to Shane. Link in the
Yeah.
description.
Oh man,
yeah.
I miss his beret so much.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Because how old
My
were you when you started playing guitar? You were were
I
you 14 or
started-
were you primary school? I don't know.
I think when was it? Again, it was either year 8 or year 9.
Yeah.
I'd like to say year 8.
Yeah.
I remember, because I mean, all through primary school, I did piano And
Yeah.
then I got to high school, and being a moody 13-year-old,
yeah.
I was like, oh,
I just want to play
I don't
Green Day
fucking-
songs.
I don't want to do this anymore. So then, yeah. So when I was 14, I started guitar lessons, and then
Yeah.
and then I went back to piano again because it brought me back. The appreciation came back. Very
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah. Oh, that's mad. Do you think it was better that you started playing piano like really young, or did that like discourage you like later on, or like when you saw guitar, was it just like I'm pumped for guitar anyway?
Yeah. Like it was funny, like because I think doing piano all that time during primary school, like it was good, but then I think guitar became the thing I got really passionate about, and I think that's
Yeah.
sort of what happens at that age anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like, not that I was like forced to do piano, but like my parents wanted me to like learn an instrument or whatever, so I was like doing that for a while. And then like guitar was like sort of the first thing like I chose. I wanted to do that, and then but then again, because I did like music during BC and all that as well, being able to read the sheet music and
jealous.
that sort of gave me a bit of a head start.
I never bothered to learn that shit, and I regret it now.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm still not super speedy at it. Like I can do it relatively. I can't sit there with like a fresh sheet of fresh sheets of music and then just like play like some people. But like I can read relatively quickly. That like I'm just like looking at a piece I've got up there at the moment. I'm trying to learn. But I'm very grateful that I got to do piano lessons. And I still love the piano. So
that's awesome. I should have tried harder. I did piano lessons in primary school as well, but like all I learned was like "Bad Romance" by Lady Gaga. It's like the only song I learned, and then I was like, all right, like
this is a great
I don't need to learn theory. Yeah,
fuck it. I've got fucking Gaga, dude.
Yeah,
like that's all you need.
Exactly. I was literally like what I was thinking. Do you reckon theory is important, or like I mean,
I guess there's two ways to look at it. I don't think I
won't be offended if you say
I
yes.
think it's good. I think it's definitely worth learning, but I don't think it's the be all and end all. Because like it's a bit of a double-edged sword, because like I've found it that way a little bit as well, because the more I learnt about music theory, the more sort of I got taught about like certain rules or things that can happen that because at a basic level they tell you like, okay, this happens this way and that happens that way. It's sort of it's this weird dichotomy between like music's about creation and like freedom and expression and all that, but then also they start to teach you rules and things like that. But I think theory is good for giving you the tools to create and to work more efficiently, but then at the same time it can start to inhibit you, because like I'll be sitting there like trying to write a chord progression, and then I'm like you start to do the same things because you think, okay, I'm playing in this key, so I sort of got to stick here. Whereas, you can go anywhere. You can always find a way to make a chord change work or whatever. You just got to work out the path to get there.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say, like, do you ever write to theory? Like, is that like a thing, or you just kind of like, I'm just gonna straight guitar and see what happens?
It's a bit of both, to be honest. I think a lot, because like the way I write music, I tend to get something on the instrument first before I start vocalizing stuff. So whether that be a guitar riff or whatever, or, well, like that's sort of how Closet Door came about. I like was just noodling around in drop D. and then I mean, it was drop D, but it was like down, so it was like technically it was drop C sharp.
Damn, so you're going really metal
Anyway,
for this one. Nice.
so it was, yeah. So like that low note's a C sharp, but then the rest of the notes are down half a step as well. So yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I came up with like that little progression first, and then the vocals came. But it's funny though, because as soon as I did that, I stopped thinking in terms of like what key I was in, because like I've got knowledge of the fretboard, the fretboard, but as soon as like I put it to that different tuning, suddenly like the whole fretboard changes, and you got to start. And in a way, that was more freeing as well, because then all of a sudden it's like, all right, I got to find the chord shapes that sound cool, rather than, okay, I know to go to like you know, like your normal major shape, or like the standard shapes you have in standard tuning.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you throw it into something else, it works really good with open tunings as well. Like as soon as you go to something else, and suddenly it's like you're playing, almost like you're playing a different instrument. You got to find all these different ways to make the sounds you want, and that's
that's awesome. That's cool. Because do you think like being in school and stuff, like I remember it was really weird how we learned like lots about like theory and stuff, which was good. I should have listened more because I didn't listen, and that was silly. But do you think it was better? Like, is there anything you wish that they taught as for music in the school, like that didn't really, because they seemed focused a lot on music, or like a lot on theory and stuff, and it didn't really seem to be as like, even vet music didn't really seem to be as like creative as I thought it would be. But then at the same time, I was like, how would they even like make it more creative?
I mean, vet music was just a cover band, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
and so was VC music. You know, you go and do your exam, and you're playing everyone else's songs, which is cool. But I think, because the problem with putting that kind of like putting music into academia, like it's great that we can do that, but then also like in a high school setting, we don't get taught about like, you know, go and be creative for a class and sort of see what happens. Like use what we're teaching you to do something. It was more like, it became more like, use what we're teaching you now, then here's your test, and then we move on from that, rather than you know, use this to, I don't know, like this week try and write, I don't know, like a verse or something, and do something interesting with this new idea, or this new concept. I think working that into it could be really cool. Obviously you can't put that into an exam situation, but I think just to keep it more exciting, like in class as well, because it does get to the point, like I remember in year 12, like, I mean, I loved learning about theory. I always found it really interesting, but then there's points where you just get so sick of doing like that same thing, or like learning these things that you can't really put to practice in that time.
Yeah. No, that's super interesting. Like,
if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Would you ever be a music teacher, like at the head of like a music department?
Yeah, you know, I've thought about it, and I don't think I have the demeanor for it.
You need so much.
I don't think I could be a teacher myself. I mean, my sister, she's a great teacher.
Bad.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
I don't know how to talk to children.
Yeah. No, 100%. I totally know what you mean.
I don't want to deal with like moody year 9s.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, you get it.
Yeah. No, I totally agree though. What you're saying about like it'd be cool if like, I don't know, a semester they're like, all right, go make a demo or something, like that'd have been cool. But then it's like, you're right. It's like, how do you grade that? But then it'd be hard too, because I feel like if I was in that situation, I'd be like, oh, well, I'm getting graded on theory, so like I'm going to go like work on that. But I think that'd be such a cool, like, be a really cool thing. Because I remember I tried making stuff in high school, and I used GarageBand, and for the longest time, like I had these like weird like buzzing things, like it was like this weird like feedback stuff on the computer, and I didn't know what a noise gate was for the longest time until start of start of uni.
So
like every time.
I mean, neither did I, dude.
Yeah,
I know, like 95% of what I know now. I had no idea what was. It was like when I was doing because I mixed Daisy Chain as
Yeah.
well, and I didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
I was just like, I like had like I saw like a few videos of things like how to do certain things like EQ or vocal, whatever. But then
Yeah.
even then, they were just like, I remember this one tutorial specifically. It was like for using the FL Studio EQ, and they're just like, all right, so you want to make like this part of the screen look like a bit of a mountain shape, and then do all this stuff. I'm like, okay, rather than actually knowing what I was doing, but like slapped it on there and hoped for the best.
Yeah.
Which again, you know, it's funny. That's another liberating thing too. You know, it's like you go through audio school and you start learning more about it, and then again they start teaching you some rules and things. Which there's a lot of things that help, obviously.
Yeah.
But then you start falling into the same trap of doing the same thing over and over again. Like you start relying on what someone's told you than what you're hearing. And like I'm the victim to that all the time.
Yeah.
When I mix. So it's kind of like, yeah.
No, 100%. I feel like still to this day, like if I hadn't have gone to uni, I'd probably still be putting all of my effects on one channel on Pro Tools. And like panning too, like blew my fucking mind. I think it was might have been the second or third week of uni, and we just started using Pro Tools. And like they gave us like a bunch of tracks, like a different genre, like metal genre and pop or whatever. And I missed a class, and I'd come in, we were using these Mac computers, and I was like trying to I was like, oh, like my like guitars sound like all like pussy, like they don't sound like tough, because I was mixing the metal one, because like obviously. And then they panned it, and I was just like, whoa, like it was just like such a big change.
Dude.
I was like, holy shit, like mind blown.
Yeah, man. I mean, double tracking like changed my life. Like double tracking acoustics, double tracking electrics, like seriously, like, and again, that stemmed from the Beatles as well. Like once I found out that like that's what they were doing to like make their stuff sound huge, as huge as they could back in the 60s. You know? Like with an 8-track console, or 8-track tape or whatever. But yeah, like what was I gonna say? Yeah, like things like that, like double tracking and then like panning them out, or you know, using sends was like a big thing as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, like sometimes, like if I'm just like putting one specific effect on one specific track, like I don't give a shit about sends. I'll just like slap a reverb on the track. It's like that's all it's being used for. I'll just use the wet dry. It'll be fine.
100%.
No one has to know. I've been now I've been exposed. Oh no.
Sorry, I won't tell anyone.
Rip the diploma off the wall.
Do you reckon, like, say someone who is like about to do a uni course, do you reckon you could have learned everything that you learned just from like not doing the diploma? Like, do you reckon people could have learned all that stuff online? Or I mean, I suppose you wouldn't have got the hand-on experience like being in an actual studio.
Well, that's the thing. That's the big difference. You know, you get to actually be in the studio. You get to be. I mean, like, you know, in real life, you know, a lot of people just start tinkering around, and they're like, hey, I'll record a mate, and then they start learning more and more. I think uni, especially in like the vocational education model, doing the diploma and the advanced diploma, it was so hands-on, and I just got exposed to so many different things. Like I got exposed to live sound, you know, recording, broadcast, all that kind of thing. And like, I think the key difference is having that interaction between you and a lecturer. Or you and the person who's sitting at the console doing something, you'd be like, oh, why are you doing that? Rather than just like, because as great as like, you know, the millions of videos on YouTube of people teaching you these things, and like I watch them all the time as well. Nothing beats having someone there to critique your work, or you know, be able to explain it differently for you, or you know, it's the whole thing. I guess that's education in general, though, I suppose.
100%. No, I'm the same. I mean, I didn't finish my degree, but like I was like, like I probably like, I don't know, probably lots of bad habits. Probably do.
Oh, but you know, it's not to say that it can't be done without mercy, and it's just it depends what you want to I guess it depends on like how you learn, or just your circumstance isn't the right word. It's more like just how you get into it. Like
Yeah.
like all those guys, all the mixing legends and stuff, they never went to school. They never went to audio school because they didn't exist.
Yeah.
They all got internships at studios, like just pushing coffee all day, and then one day it's like, oh, I can have to, look after this piece of gear, and then it's all just where you are, or like and what you're doing. I know that's really broad, but like
no, that makes sense.
Audio school, like, it's not necessary. I think it's great, but it's definitely not necessary.
Do you reckon you'll get more into like live sound and stuff, or are you kind of like pretty set on like doing like production stuff? And
I'm pretty set on recording and production, all that. I mean, I've done stints like doing live sound gigs, which are fine, but it's just sort of not where my passion's at. In terms of audio, I think recording is definitely the side I'd prefer to be in.
If you had to produce one band, like they were like, any band you want. There's another tough one. There's lots of controversy. This wasn't going to be an easy podcast.
Oh my god, you're just whipping out all the controversial questions.
I know. It's going hard.
The tough questions, rather.
Like what would be the one?
Like modern day, like who's in like who's doing stuff
we'll
now?
Make sure they're all they'll be alive.
We'll do that. Make sure they're active. Robert Johnson,
not part of the 27 club.
Exactly. I mean, Radiohead would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
And again, Julian Baker, Phoebe Bridgers, all those.
Yeah.
1975 would be cool.
Yeah.
I love their music.
Yeah, they're cool.
I mean, I don't know. I could pretty much go through like that whole record stack there and
like
pick out a number of people that I could.
yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Oh, that's mad. Is there anything you're embarrassed to, like, guilty pleasures? You're like, I don't want people to know that I listen to this, but I listen to this. I listen to Beyonce's Lemonade album, so.
Oh, dude, Beyonce is great.
Yeah, Beyonce's sick.
Who are my guilty pleasures? I'm trying to think.
It's a tough one.
I mean, like, guilty pleasures would have to be like the pop punk stuff for me as well.
Yeah,
like going back to revisiting my angst.
Yeah,
there's that. Like Sum 41, Blink-182, all those guys.
Oh, the
listening to the Mark, Tom, and Travis show.
Yeah,
that live album.
Oh fuck yeah.
I'm sure there's more. I just can't think of them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, nice.
Yeah.
What? How did your pop punk phase start? And when did you like Green Day and stuff, like the early days, like when you kind of got into that stuff? How did that all become about?
Well, I got into Green Day pretty young.
Yep.
Must have been. I just remember hearing, actually seeing American Idiot, like the music video for that on like Rage or something when I was maybe like, I don't know how old I would have been. Like, because that sort of then ended up coinciding with like, how they did Transformers movie and all that. So that was back in primary school.
So like all that, oh true. Like
21st Century Breakdown, like that album always has a place in my heart.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And like Linkin Park's like New Divide. Is it New Divide? No.
New Divide.
Like what I've done.
Rip Chester.
Classic. Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah, so that would be them. And then I honestly don't know how I got into Blink and all that. I think it just must have been I would have heard all the small things. Like that's what would have done it for me.
Yeah.
And then just being like, oh, I want to see what else they did, and then like listen to Enema of the State, and then I Miss You, still my favorite Blink song. I don't care what anyone says.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then from Blink came, like Sum 41, and then somehow from there got onto Day to Remember. Actually, I think my sister got me onto A Day to Remember.
Really?
Like she didn't.
Oh shit.
She didn't listen to them like a lot, but she used to, because like Pop Goes Punk and all that.
Yeah.
She listened to they did a cover of Over My Head Cable Car by The Fray.
Yeah.
So she used to listen to that, and then that's how I started listening to A Day to Remember.
Oh shit.
And then loved it. Yeah.
Nice. Was she?
And then I don't know where the fuck Sleeping with Sirens came from.
That
was like,
I feel like just a
you
natural progression.
Sitting there with sitting there in the middle of like fucking, I don't know, like year 9 math or something.
Yeah.
Like we're all doing our work, like headphones on, just like
Yeah.
screaming in my head.
Oh good
Jesus.
times.
I had literally nothing to be angry about, but apparently everything.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, what a weird year. Yeah, I remember, man, I was like hardcore until just like A Day to Remember, like that Common Courtesy album and Homesick were like the shit.
Oh,
man.
dude,
It was,
yeah.
like, it was
Common Courtesy is
jams.
good.
That song Pot, is it only, I'm not sure if it's that album, but the Pot to Bomber Panhandle, is Pot to Bomber Panhandle? I don't know how you say it. That one's a fucking tune.
Yeah.
Love it.
I always liked If It Means a Lot to You. That was one of my jams.
Shit. Oh.
And then I always liked I Made of Wax, Larry. What are you made of?
Oh
It's
yeah.
like, don't blink, they don't even
Yeah.
Ah.
This is the shit. Oh man. Oh god damn. Is there anything like you want to get into at the moment, but like you're not quite like you still can't really like kind of take it yet? Like a I asked like Luke a similar question. Luke's the lead singer of Lazy Lips, by the way. Check their band out. Link in description.
The good old Pentazap.
Yeah, Pendazap. Yeah. Like I guess like
Our resident Jack White.
Yeah. I guess like anything like you can't, you're not quite into yet, but you want to get into it, and it's still a bit hard to listen to.
I think it would probably be like a lot of the hardcore stuff. Like a lot of stuff that you and Luke listen to that you've been trying to push onto me for the longest time. Yeah, I haven't got into that yet. It's not that like I don't appreciate it. I just haven't. I don't think I've given it the time to to really sink into.
Yeah. No, 100%. It's definitely like a. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it takes you a little while. Like, you've got to be like, I know
not ready
this is
for
good.
the walls
I know
of
this
death
is
yet.
good. Yeah.
Oh, what's the one where like you run in a circle and everyone?
Oh,
just falls
circle
over?
pits. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm ready for a circle pit, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Good answer. No, it's cool.
The only mosh I've been in 3 now. The first mosh I was in was Tame Impala. At,
shit.
At Laneway.
Yeah.
And then I was in the pit for Phoebe Bridgers. That was great.
Walls of Death.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then I was in the pit for Hiatus Coyote. That was a cool concert.
Shit. Oh, dope. Because like, what's your favorite like concert you've been to? Do you reckon?
Oh,
that's tough.
It would again. It would either be Phoebe Bridgers or like honestly, it would be because I went and saw Paul McCartney in towards the end of 2017. So that was like.
So here's your favorite Beatle.
Dude, there's only 2 alive. I didn't have much choice.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah, no, that was a great concert. And actually, also I've seen Nick Cave as well.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's another album with good production. Push the Skyway. That's
Because when did you get into Nick Cave? Because like here's another one that's like, I mean, I'm still not quite. I haven't given it like the time to kind of really get into it yet. I've listened to the green one. What was the one with like the green, like writing on it? It's like one of the newer ones. It's like
Skeleton Tree.
Yeah, I think so. I did like that one.
That's such a fucking sad album, dude.
Yeah.
That's a rough way to get into Nick Cave.
What's the story behind? Didn't his son die or something? Did his son die?
Yeah, so his son fell off a cliff in Brighton in the UK.
Wow.
So, but the freaky thing about that album is like a good half of that album was written before his son died as well.
Whoa.
So it was like a bit of a premonition.
Yeah, shit.
Did
He change all his stuff after that? Like he's like, I'm gonna make the whole album about this, or like, is it all like, is it like a halfway through, like, oh, like this is about this now?
See, that's what's funny, because like you listen to, there's like probably like 2 songs on the album that feel like they're not, or maybe 1 song on the album that doesn't feel related at all. But then you're listening through the songs and like you're thinking to yourself, okay, this is, you can tell this album is about his son. But then some of those tracks again were done before, so it's pretty crazy. But yeah, it's definitely the whole album's definitely about him, and the new one, Ghosteen, as well. Like I feel like it's just as it would affect you immensely to lose your kids. So you can see how like his music has shifted since.
Shit, I gotta give him more of a chance.
But yeah, but yeah, no, my dad got me into Nick Cave.
Yeah, because that's the other thing I was gonna ask. Like, did your parents have like a pretty big impact on your musical upbringing?
Yeah. I mean, so my dad and my mum, but mostly my dad, would listen to a lot of Nick Cave, and then used to listen to Billy Bragg as well, who's like King Cruel but from the 80s. They've got very similar voices, which is cool.
Man, I gotta check that out.
Yeah. Who else did they get me into? The Cure as well. My dad's loves The Cure. So that's how I got into The Cure.
I love 17 seconds? 17 seconds? Is that one? It's the one after pornography? Yeah. Is it after pornography? I'm wrong by that.
I'm a bit of a fake fan. I don't know all the...
That's all right. I'm going to be real, man. I only know pornography.
Isn't it 17 days?
Maybe it's 17 days, yeah. I'm a fake fan too.
Oh man, Head on the Door though. What an album.
Yeah.
A great album.
Yeah. Another question. This is very off topic, but I want to start asking more people this. Do you have any ghost stories?
No, don't ask me.
What?
I don't want to know.
Fine, I'll save for the next one. But do you have any ghost stories? Do you have any ghost stories?
Do I have? I don't think so. I was afraid of ghosts for a long time as a kid.
Do you think they're real?
No.
No?
Like, yeah.
You sure your house isn't haunted? Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure it's not haunted. I'm pretty sure it's me who eats the snacks.
Yeah.
So.
That's crazy.
But yeah, no, I was like scared of it. Well, I mean, because like I was an idiot because that my friend's 9th birthday party or something, we watched Paranormal Activity.
Oh
and,
no.
9-year-old that like just destroys you for like at least 6 months.
That first one, like, although like it was shit, like man, the ending of that's pretty spooky, especially for a 9-year-old.
Well,
damn.
You know what's funny? Because the version we watched was a totally legit, 100% legal, definitely not downloaded version of it, and it had the alternate ending where like she dies. So like she kills Mika. And then the police, she's like sits by her bed rocking for like days.
Yeah.
And then the police come, and then they find, like a friend comes to the house, finds the dude Mika's body, and she calls the police, and the police come, and then they shoot her. I can't remember what her name was. They shoot her, and she dies, and that's the end of the movie. I was like, oh, is that really how it ended? But then it wasn't until later on that I saw the real ending on YouTube, where like she like comes up to the camera and does that whole thing.
Yeah. Shit, did that freak you out? Oh, that freaked me out.
Oh dude.
Jesus.
I'd like never had a movie had such an impact on me. I didn't sleep very well for like the longest time.
Oof, yeah, man.
Shouldn't have done it.
Were you ever interested in getting into like movie soundtracks? Would that
Yeah,
be like
man, I
something?
mean-
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to love doing that, and uh, I did the score for like, um, I've scored a couple like from when I was at uni this year. I was
Yeah.
scoring some stuff for that, and then I did some stuff in Year 12.
That's
Like for
cool.
one of Jamie's short films.
Yeah, that's sick.
For
That's
his Year
sick.
12 one, Sonata. I did
Yeah.
that, and then oh dude, I
Shit.
went through a massive movie score
Yeah.
thing. Oh, I'd love
Yes.
to do it.
Yeah.
It
No,
is a lot of fun.
100%. When did your movie scoring start? Who, like, what was that? Was it like Hans Zimmer? Probably.
Yeah, I think it was Hans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic. Same.
And John Williams.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
two.
And
So, like-
Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor in
Yeah, Social Network.
Social Network. Oh, so
Yeah.
good.
Good soundtrack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also
yeah.
for me, it was Joe Hisaishi, who
Oh, I
is he did all the studio, like a lot of the Studio Ghibli movies. So like he did the Spirited Away soundtrack and all that kind of stuff.
Oh shit. Yeah.
They usually draw comparisons between him and John Williams. Like they both write those really big, grandiose.
Yeah.
scores.
Oh, dope. Because
Yeah.
I went from Atticus Ross and like Trent Reznor. I delved more into Atticus Ross's stuff because I didn't really know much about like them at the time. I kind of listened to Nine Inch Nails. Actually, it was good. The movie soundtracks made me get into Nine Inch Nails more, but I hadn't really heard of like anything that Atticus Ross had done. And he did this thing called, I think it's called It's Holy. I'm not too sure. It's like a documentary about like in Ukraine how they had the Russian, the president was like a total dog, and then the Russians, they had that war thing with Russia.
Right. Okay.
There
Yeah.
was this whole thing about that. But he made this like really dark, like industrial, like soundtrack for it. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, cool.
A link in description. It's very sick.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna have to check
yeah.
that out.
Yeah, and I'm
I haven't delved into
yeah.
this stuff yet.
It's spooky, man. But yeah, good chat to you, dude. Fat chat.
Yeah, awesome.
Thanks
man.
for coming on.
having
This
me
is
on.
mad fun.
No, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And thanks for having like the best audio I've ever had.
Look, I couldn't call myself an audio engineer without using a proper mic.
Oh, it's a classic. It's a classic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, dude, we'll have to have you on again. When you bring your shit out, your new songs, let me know and we'll put you back on.
I will let you know.
100%. No, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
man.
we'll talk soon.
Cool.
Catch you on the flip.
Gotcha.
Bye. Hang on.
Bye.